Now then, people, it's Joe, it's all Leeds TV, and it's time for your Leeds versus Manchester City pre-match chat. That's right, Manchester City. We're back with the big boys again. After that tasty affair with Liverpool, this is what you're back in the Premier League for at Ellen Road. Such a shame we can't be there, but I'm really excited for this game. Before we begin, please smash a like on the video, share and subscribe. We're almost at 18,000 subscribers now as well, so if you aren't already, please do us a solid and hit the subscribe button. I think it might be over there. It could be over there. But you know what to do. Right, okay. Let's get into it. Manchester City. I'm nervous. I'm really, really nervous for this game. Just because I feel like City are a bit of a wounded animal after getting, absolutely trounced 5-2 from Leicester. They've got a point to prove. They went out and sort of did that midweek in the Capital One Cup, beating Burnley 3-0, 2 goals for Sterling, who I believe will be the focal point of their attack on Saturday. Obviously, massive losses in Aguero and Jesus, which works out for us. I think, Stones, again, say what you want about him, but he's a big loss when they've got frailties at the back. Gundogan's out, while Cancelo, there's a few big bodies out. I mean, any of them players there walk straight into this Leeds United side. So it just tells you the level of opposition we're up against. Look, defensively against Leicester, they weren't great. But on Wednesday, Laporte came back. They got a clean sheet. He's top level, isn't he? He's up there with VVD in this division for me. He's integral to Manchester City and the reason they were so poor last season as well. I did think we'd see a different Man City. Look, we're only 3 games in. We might do that, especially with the new signing coming in as well. But I don't believe he'll be fit and ready. Well, he's fit and ready, but I don't think he'll take part in this game. But who knows? We'll have to see. Will Pep Guardiola throw a spanner in the works? We just don't know. He might look at Bielsa, the way he attacks, and really surprise us with his selection. We don't know. Sometimes he overthinks it. Maybe we'll see that. But I think we'll see the 2 double pivots in front of that back 4 again, with Rodri and Fernandinho in there. It's going to be tough to break them down, especially through the middle. I think the key part for me is making sure Calvin can get on the ball, making sure the balls out wide from the likes of Cooper and Koch can be, perfected. And if we can isolate a Kyle Walker, isolate a Mendy, have 2 up on there, Ayling and Costa on one side, Alioski and Dallas on the other. I think that's where we will penetrate them. We've seen we can do it against Liverpool. We know the job Jack Harrison did on Alexander-Arnold against Liverpool, and I think we'll try something similar. It's just going to be hard. We know a lot like us, Man City try press with energy, and they'll be up and at us, So if you look at the Liverpool game, Calvin, we didn't see a lot of. Fulham did a job on him as well. We've seen a lot more of him in the Sheffield United game, but I think that might be an area they'll target. And if he's got the likes of Sterling, KDB pressing him, is he going to be able to get the balls out to the wings as we like to do quite often? But listen, it's a challenge you relish. The Leeds United players will be absolutely bouncing for this. Such a shame we can't be in the ground, because I'd give us even a bigger chance if we're in the ground. City coming to a cauldron that is Ellen Road, packed out with Leeds United fans. So they've got away with one there a little bit. But yeah, I mean, lineup-wise, it's really frustrating for me that Jack Harrison can't play against his parent club, because ultimately he's not a City player. He's not going to play for City. If we'd have made the deal permanent in this window for 8 million, he's not going back to City. We already have a deal set up to sign him for 10 next summer. We've just pushed that on so we can bring other players in. So it's a little bit frustrating. But listen, Alioski will give us... He'll give us running. He'll give us running. He'll definitely give Kyle Walker a hard time. Let's put it that way. His final ball can be lacking at times, his decision-making, so he could cut a frustrating figure on Saturday, but hopefully that isn't the case. He knows the system. That's why we see him come on in games for Rodrigo, who's not fully up to date with the system, so that he can real hassle and harry. So we know that we're going to get that from him. On the Rodrigo Roberts, saga, I think Bielsa will go the same as he did against Sheffield United. I think Roberts will start the first half. feel the game out, see how it's panned out. He knows the system, he knows what's expected of him, and then we might see Rodrigo in the second half like we did in the last 2 games. I guess we will have to see. From a City perspective, will Bernardo Silva make it? I'm not quite sure. I think they'll play, like I say, with Sterling in the false 9. You'll have KDB there, Mahrez. Will Foden play, or could Torres, the new signing, make an appearance? I'm just not sure. I just know at the back, Could Fernandinho fill in at the back alongside Laporte? I'm not sure. Will Rory Delap's son lead the line? I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. I do think Pep might throw something in there that Leeds United and Bielsa aren't quite expecting. But I do know the backline can be got at. They've conceded 5 goals against Leicester. They gave away some sloppy penalties from experienced pros, to be fair. And I do think if we can get Calvin on the ball, if Koch and Cooper are on Song, we know Klick's going to give us his all. I'd like Rodrigo to play 90 minutes because Roberts tries too hard sometimes for me with the flicks and tricks. But Klick's been immense since we've come in the Premier League. So he'll be integral on getting that ball, picking up the ball in them pockets and getting it out to the wings. I think that's where we penetrate City. Doubling up on that wing, combinations between the fullback and the right winger or the left winger and getting them balls into the box for Paddy Bamford to get on the end of, or cutbacks. We know we like to play them. And we've seen in the Premier League, we have much more success with it because we don't have 11 players in the box like we did in the Championship. And that's why it was so frustrating for us whilst we were down there. But we've seen already when we go forward, we look like scoring every time. And the thing is, with both sides, we're both going to press. For me, back over 3.5 goals. I think there's going to be goals on this. And I want to caveat this: Leeds, and you might not like this, could be on the end of a hiding. I'll only ever be honest with you. City have some top level attacking prowess. They have players that can put it in. I think my worry is if the man marking system is broken, like we've seen against Fulham. If you look at their goals, especially the Bobby Decordova-Reid goal, once Calvin was beat by, I think, Anguisse, he had a free run. He had a free run and put it in. And that's my worry, is that if a Ford and a KDB, a Sterling and Mahrez gets past that man marking system, they're in at goal. And for that, City are going to relish this opportunity. We've seen Rodri coming out after the Leicester game, bemoaning the tactics of Leicester, having a go at them. I thought it was naive. Ultimately, they won the game. So put up and shut up. You know what I mean? Say what you want about the tactics, but they won the game. They got 3 points, and that's what it's all about. You might not like it, but that's what it's about. But I think, Rodri and City are going to relish this because we're going to go and have a go. We're going to attack. We're going to try keep the ball. Both teams try keep the ball. So it'll be interesting to see who wins that battle. But I do think, look, if we can nick the ball from them in terms of defensive shape, I don't think they're as great as getting into it as Leeds United are. If we can, break from defence in quick transitions, get it out to them wings and get balls into the box for Paddy Bamford, cutbacks for Paddy Bamford, for Klick, for whoever it may be. I think we can get something from this game. But I also am mindful of the City attack. I'm more nervous for this game than I was for Liverpool. Just because Liverpool, first game back after 16 years, I know we'd give them a go. I was excited for everyone to see this Leeds United side. This one, they know about us now. As long as we give a good showing, that's okay. And I think we will. You might think I'm being a little bit negative, but I'm trying to be real. I just feel nervous for this game. We could be on the end of a hiding. But on the flip side, we could put City to the sword. I did a pre-match chat with Boovy that you can see on the channel. Check that out. He said himself, they could be on the end of a hiding. It really is. It's going to go, there's going to be goals. Hopefully Leeds United can come out on top. I'm going to take 3-2. There's going to be over 3.5 goals. That's going to be my bet for this weekend. Nostradamus Joy's back. Over 3.5 goals with a Leeds United win. We'll have to wait and see. But, big loss from Jack Harrison. Koch and Cooper have to be on it. I'm not worried about the fullbacks. They get forward, they defend. They're absolutely brilliant for me, Ayling and Dallas. Alioski's going to be, he could cut a frustrating figure because, as I've explained, I think that's where we get the joy, getting down across, Mendy and Walker. Will his final ball be on Song? Will his decision-making be on Song? Cutting it back for a Klick or a Rodrigo on the edge instead of lashing his boot through it and sending it, sky high. So that's the one thing. But hopefully Alioski does a good job. But like I say, both teams press the ball with energy. It's about who can break that press and make chances count. We've both City are clinical. We've been clinical since Premier League started. So it'll all come down to who takes their chances on the day, and hopefully it will be Leeds United. But I'm really excited for it. I'm just nervous. But prepare yourself for a humdinger of a game, I'd say. 100%. It's going to be a humdinger of a game with goals in it. Goals are plenty. I can't see it being clean sheets. Hopefully, Meslier has another inspired performance. Man of the match for us last week. I thought it was absolutely unreal. We've just got to watch when they break the press, when they get round the man-marking system, when you've got the likes of Foden, KDB on the edge of the box. These players will have a go. These players will pick out the top bins. So we need to be on them. So we'll have to wait and see. This, I guess, Mahrez, for example, depending on which side he's on, I think, does he have the running of a Alioski or a Costa, for example, in terms of what they do for the side? And if that's the case, maybe we'll get Joy down his side, with the fullbacks joining the attack. Maybe he's not full of running and we're not wanting to track back. That's an area we can exploit, maybe. But yeah, look, as long as we're clinical and we apply ourselves, which we know we will, and as long as, listen, I don't even know why I'm talking like this, we will make an effort of it. The scoreline, in a sense, could become irrelevant, a bit like the Liverpool game, because ultimately everyone said, they were decent. Let's not forget Norwich City got a result against this Man City side last season. We can do the same. I'm going to go Leeds United 3-2. Over 3.5 goals and a Leeds United win. There's going to be goals aplenty, and I'm really excited for it. We will be doing a watch-along, so make sure you join us for that. We're also going to be doing a little live pre-match chat. Around 12 o'clock, Oscar will be doing that for you as well, so make sure you check that out. Let me know your score predictions in the comments below. How do you see Leeds United winning this game? And of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Help us reach 18k. That would be absolutely amazing in what's been a crazy 2 years for all Leeds TV. I'm going to leave it there. Look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. I'm really excited, and I'll see you in a bit. Leeds, marching on together. Come on.